What's up, guys? Welcome to Field Series Review. Today we're going to be going head to head between the Equinox Hoodie and the Celsius Midi Jacket. Alright guys, so before we get started with our comparisons of the two jackets today, make sure that you enter to win our free hat giveaway from Dixie Falco and Pacific Falco. All you have to do to enter to win is be a subscriber to the channel, like this video, comment down below with the state in which you were from, and we will pick a winner on each Friday. So we're looking at these two jackets from the SITKA Whitetail line. The reason we're looking at them is because this year the Equinox Hoodie has gotten a lot of traction. If you go down to my channel, I've already got a review for this guy, and I've already got a comparison between the Equinox Hoodie and the Fanatic Hoodie. The name Hoodie gets people a little bit confused. But today I've seen a lot of traffic on the SITKA pages online about the differences between these Celsius Midi and Equinox Hoodie and which is right for me. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a head-to-head comparison between the two, and you can make the determination for yourself. Okay guys, so what's the difference between the Equinox Hoodie and the Celsius Midi? Well, there's a lot of differences and there's a lot of similarities. Just to let you know, as far as a warmth factor, I've worn both of these jackets a fair amount. With the Equinox Hoodie, if I run a core lightweight bottom, the Fanatic Hoodie, and then the Equinox Hoodie, that gets me comfortably down to about 40 degrees, maybe high 30s with no wind. There's no wind stopper in the Equinox Hoodie. Celsius Midi, from my personal experience, core lightweight bottom, Fanatic Hoodie, Celsius Midi gets me very comfortably down into the mid 30s, 33, 35 with no wind. It also has no wind blocker. Now, these are both designed to be either layering pieces or mid-season pieces with very little wind. So what are the differences and what are the similarities? So similarities is they're both out of the whitetail line, and they both have some of your whitetail features, like you're going to have a port for your harness in the back of both of these guys so that you're able to run your safety harness. These don't have the quick connect like the new Stratus and the new Fanatic have, but they do have ports. You're both going to have some decent hand pockets down around the hips. I know you have a breast pocket with the Celsius, breast pockets on both of them, but the big difference is the weight and how they're constructed. Now, let's talk about the weight. First of all, we're going to be for a Equinox Hoodie, you're going to be around 28 ounces, whereas with the Celsius Midi, you're going to be around 19 ounces. So you're almost 10 ounces lighter with the Celsius Midi. The Celsius Midi is going to be a Primaloft insulated nylon outer puffy jacket. It is a whitetail, more condensed version of something like a Fahrenheit jacket. Not quite as puffy, but that's what it's for. It's to pack down. Whereas with the Equinox Hoodie, it is going to be Berber fleece. If you have a gradient jacket out of the waterfowl line, that is what this is. So it's very warm. It's a good jacket for mid-season. But it's a nylon outer, it's a fleece. The Celsius Midi is a Primaloft, this is a polyester outer, this is a nylon outer. So if you want to talk about warmth, you're going to get a bit more warmth out of the Celsius Midi because of the Primaloft insulation. If you're looking for something a little more quiet, you're going to want to go with the Equinox because it's going to be the fleece with the polyester outer is going to be a little more quiet, whereas the Celsius Midi with a nylon outer is going to be a little bit loud. Now, when you talk about, most people are going to look at these and go, okay, I want something as a mid-season outer, but I want to layer it underneath something like a Stratus. Which one of these should I go with? If you're looking for something to also be a layering piece, yes, you can go with the Equinox Hoodie if you want. The forearms are going to taper down some so you can get it inside of your Stratus with no issues, but you have to know that there's no thumb loops, okay? It's not like the, I don't know why they did this, but it's not like the Gradient. The Gradient has thumb loops right here. You don't have that with the Equinox Midi. You come over here to the Celsius, the Equinox Hoodie, come over to the Celsius Midi, you're not only going to have, you only are you going to have thumb loops, but you're going to have the ability to cover your knuckles all the way down with a bit of a covering. It's just a stretch material. But the Celsius Midi is definitely meant more for layering underneath something like a Stratus. All right, guys, so when it comes to sizing and price and whatnot of these two, you're going to save a little bit of money with the Equinox Hoodie, which is why it's gotten so popular. It's going to come in at $199. So for what it is, it's a pretty good deal. It's going to come in sizes medium through 3X. It's only going to come in elevated too. Now, if you want something for everyday use, look over at the Gradient jacket. The Celsius Midi is going to come in at $249, so you're going to pay $50 more for this guy, but I think it's going to be a little bit better for you in the long run. That's just my personal opinion, especially if you're layering under something like a Stratus, because the Celsius Midi also has a draw cord at the bottom, where the Equinox Hoodie does not. You have your thumb loops, you have the packability, it comes down real small, it's easy to put inside of your pack. So if I had to only get one of the two, I'm gonna go with the Celsius Midi. I do like the Equinox Hoodie though, so don't get me wrong. Now the hood is not detachable, so if you're wearing a Fanatic hoodie and then you put this guy on and then maybe you leave the hoodie on your Stratus, you're looking at 3 hoodies, a little bit too much. I typically take the hoodie off of my Stratus. All right, everybody, we're gonna do a little close-up of the Celsius Midi and the Equinox Hoodie. So on the outside, looking at a distance, this is one of those where you want to get your hands on. You can see here, this is the nylon puffy jacket of the Celsius Midi. You can see the thumb loops right there where we come over to the Equinox Hoodie. It is a fleece jacket. You have no thumb loops, which to me is a big deal. Open up on the inside, you can see the Berber fleece of the Equinox Hoodie. Very nice, very good jacket. No draw cord at the bottom, which I think adding thumb loops and a draw cord would have really made the Equinox Hoodie a much closer contender to the Celsius Midi, but they do things for a reason. If we come over here and we look at the interior of the Celsius Midi, you can see all of the grid pattern of the Primaloft insulation inside to give you that warmth and that packability. Comes down, you can pack them up really tight, rolls up nice. Like I said, you're about 10-ounce difference between this guy versus this guy, and you're gonna get a bit more warmth. But like you said, $249, $199, so there's a little bit of a price difference, but I think both of them are great pieces. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the quick comparison of the Equinox Hoodie and the Celsius Midi. I hope it helps you make some decisions on which is better for your system. Be sure to enter in our hat giveaway again. Comment on the video, subscribe to the channel, let me know what state you're from. I'll pick a winner. Don't forget to use promo code FSReview at Dixie Falco and Pacific Falco. Hit me up on Instagram, Facebook. Let me know what you guys want me to review next or what kind of comparisons you want. I know a lot of people have been clamoring about the Dakota hoodie versus the Duck Oven. That's coming in the next 48 hours. Wanted to get this guy out of the way. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.